What's up? What's up? Happy Saturday, y'all.
Hold on.
Man, it's a Saturday. It's Saturday. This Saturday is Saturday. Y'all tell I've been having fun already today. So listen.
Take a sip already?
I'm about to tell you. Just stay and listen real quick. So listen, we are back with Real Talk with Reese. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm glad the sun is out. Man, I am feeling that because I got a long day. And I have a super great guest today. But let me tell y'all about my busy morning already. First of all, let's give a shout out to No Static Radio, the voice of the revolution. Baby. Listen, this morning had to do so y'all know this.
What's up?
I'm always doing new things, evolving, but I told y'all I was focusing on me. Every time I try to focus on me, God in the universe, I always putting something in my life, and I don't even have time. So you got to be real super talented. You got to be really the bomb, like you could take over the world to even be in my life right now, honestly, because I can only accept that type of energy. So, I'm managing. Shout out to CJ Star, the hottest comedian in the United States of America, and I mean that. She's about to be doing so much, y'all. She's gonna be doing some opening up for Dave Chappelle. She's gonna be doing. She has so much stuff going on, and it was so. I was hesitating to take her on, but I couldn't deny the talent that she has, and she wouldn't let me not to take her on. So anyway, and then I have Milan, the artist, and she is a fire singer. Y'all saw her at Thick Women Wednesday last week. So today they got me busy. This morning, CJ and the Black Swan, hey girl, hey, had a photo shoot this morning for the event on March 17th. You must come.
Okay, for sure.
And they actually wanted to see you there because, I know your daughter here, but she old enough. Because a lot of people were excited to see you. They wanted you to, I had a couple of requests that you come in like you were on the flyer, and I said, he cannot. He has to put his clothes on, everybody. So sorry for the disappointment, but look at the flyer. Just do that. They know you are a married man, but everybody can still. Eye candy is great. Great for the show.
For sure.
Also, so the Black Swan, we have an event on March 17th. Make sure you come to that, James. Well, I'm gonna send you the flyer repost.
Okay.
And it's gonna be so hot.
Oh, yeah,
It
for sure.
It's called the Black Swan presents Pocketbook Memoirs. Pocketbook Memoirs.
That can go so many different ways.
It is. And it's going to go the way you thought of first. It is a book that she has written about her memoirs. And it's going to be interesting because it has some celebrities in there. It's a lot of people going to be in that book. But I'm so proud of her and her doing her thing. Hey, Jay Shine.
What up, man?
I like when celebrities come on my live and listen to my show.
What up, AJ?
Hey, Jay Shine, I want to hook you up with Mac Madness. He is the bomb. So we gonna talk. Cause I know you on your fitness journey. You doing your daggone thing.
For sure.
Call me.
For sure.
So we had a photo shoot this morning. It was super awesome. Shout out to You See Me.
How'd that go?
It was awesome. You See Me is a black-owned boutique right next to Blue Habanero. I always say that because everybody know what that is on Detroit.
Right.
And fabulous clothes. He actually styles CJ Star. He styles a lot of people.
That's what's up.
So we had it there, and dope photography. Came and did the shoot this morning. He was super awesome. Like his vision is crazy. So let me get that all out. We did that. We had to be there at 9 in the morning, and then we couldn't get her to open up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to. This is somebody who is naturally always like she got these sexy eyes. She's always very sensual. But then we did the shoot. She was like. So then we had to open up a bottle of wine. And
so y'all had already started.
So I've already started the party today because of the photo shoot. That was supposed to be quick. So we had to celebrate that it went good anyway. Okay. And then you come in.
Oh, yeah, all day. You know what I mean? Go
I like when my guests come in the whole vibe. Let's kick off the March Madness, baby. So let's, without further ado, we have Mac Madness in the building.
What's up, y'all? What's up, man? Thank you for having me back. I had fun last time.
Yes, I like your glasses.
Great experience.
Are those new or just you just don't have?
I don't really wear these too often, man. I actually got these from my best friend Street, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate this. He gave me these as a gift, probably maybe 5 years ago. He gave me these about 5 years ago, and I never really wore them. I only wear them special occasions. So I thought today would be.
And just so you know, I always like to tell you, these are my own cameras, but you on that camera. Just so you know.
For sure.
So just let you know that.
For sure.
So what's up? What you got going on today? I see you got your beautiful daughter.
Oh yeah, my daughter wanted to come down. She wanted to experience it. So I just try to give try to let them experience everything. Especially if I'm experiencing something and it's dope. Let them feel it too. And then y'all are a great vibe, man. Y'all something special. So I definitely want her to come down and meet y'all. Social media right now, all this stuff is a great platform for her to
Yes. Does Naya know that you're going to be starting your comedy career?
Nah, I tell little jokes, man, but I don't think she don't really know.
Kids never think their parents are funny for real. Like they think you corny, but your daddy is so funny.
They be like,
do you think that? Not really, kind of.
It depends.
She's like,
I told them the story. You want me to tell them the story? What's up, Noodle? You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna tell them. I ain't gonna let them know the story. How
I want to know the story now. How you gonna say what's up, Noodle?
So we call Naya Noodle, but the name came from one day we was all chilling. It was me, her little sister, my other daughter, Mimi. So we all chilling. And Naya take the spoon. We use spaghetti, right? So my wife had, she cooked spaghetti. So Naya pulled her pamper out and started stuffing spaghetti down her pamper. So we so after that I just called her Noodle. So it just stuck, But beautiful young lady, super proud of her. Graduated last year, already working in the medical field. About to go back to school. So super proud.
That's why
you
hustle so hard.
Yeah. Just to try to let them know you got to work for it. It's not given. To some people it's given, but for us, we definitely got to grind. Get to it. So definitely try to show her the way. And give her all the little bit of wisdom that I picked up over the years. Because it's you know better than me. It's a learning thing.
Life is a journey.
It's a journey.
You have to go in a direction of, number one, if you don't know your purpose, you find your purpose by doing multiple things. I always say do what you love, but life is definitely a journey. You're going to have many turns, ups and downs.
Right.
But if you stay focused and you know what to stay focused on, this is one of the reasons why so many people are lost, and I see it especially in our community. Mm-hmm. And it's okay because a lot of people don't know. I mean, if we all knew that, then we'd be all better. But a lot of people just don't know who they are, right. And they don't know where they want to go. So then they just existing, and there's a difference between existing and living.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, you definitely got to find your purpose. I mean, you just can't be stumbling around. You got to use your gift. I say if you're not utilizing your gift, then you just kind of just wasting talent, man.
So listen, everybody, I'm talking because I know who you are. I know Marie already knows you because you've been here. But for the new people that are listening I want you to tell people exactly what you do. This is my trainer, y'all. He getting all this together. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. It's a slow process, but I'm there now.
Hey, you work. When you come
but you know what?
You work,
I work, but I gotta go harder, and I know what I'm gonna tell you. Because a trainer can only do so much, okay? Mm-hmm. And the difference is you gotta put the work in too. It's a mindset.
I'm glad you said
It's about what you're eating. And I have really made a difference, and I could see it already because I was like, I'm working out, but it's not. I was trying to think of everything was something wrong.
Fast results.
Yes.
You know, everybody looks. I think everybody, you know, they get that stigma of like, oh, I'm working out now, you know, and it's gonna happen overnight. It's not, because guess what? It took a while for you to get that way. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
Lord,
it took you a while for you to get that way. You know, so we undoing years of damage. You know,
yes.
So it's a lifestyle change. You know, you definitely got to put in the work. You know, these bodies is they earn, not bought. You know, and I say, and me and my brother say that all the time. Shout out to Marty McFly. You know, we say this all the time. Marty McFly is my brother. You know, Marty McFly. I don't know. I don't think you met my brother.
Not Marty McFly that owned the hourglass.
No, not Marty.
Oh, it's another Marty McFly. Okay.
So.
Hey, Marty.
We always say, you know, especially with the car gang, you know, I'm working on a car right now, you know, and it's built, it ain't bought, you know. So a lot of guys, you know, they buy these cars and it's like, oh, you know, I got this ride, you know, but me, I'm building my car, you know. It's been 2 years.
One of the many things that. So let me ask you this question, because first of all, he is a fitness trainer, and also you work in the IT field.
So yeah, so what's going on? My name Mac, you know.
Let's tell him that.
My last name McIntosh, so that's really where the name, you know, Mac came from. So, you know, it just kind of stuck through school. Actually, my track coach gave me the name Mini Mac because my uncles went there, you know. So my one uncle, you know, he ran track, you know, and it's like, McIntosh. And it was just a thing. As soon as I got there, the principals was like, McIntosh. And I'm like, man, like, here we go. So, fitness coach, background in IT. I worked at NASA for 3.5 years as a Linux admin. Now I work in engineering. I've been there 5-6 years now. Yeah, it's been a journey, you know.
So
a dad, a husband, you know, a friend, a brother.
Yes,
you know.
That's major right there.
You know.
That's a lot to balance, but this is the one thing that sticks out because they don't make a lot of men like you anymore. And I say that because men don't do labor. They don't do hard labor anymore. Like you never hear men like, I'm about to go out here and fix this. They calling somebody. You just don't hear it. Like you rebuilding a car. Did this come usually? So when that happens, usually it's something like you were raised, where you raised around your dad or grandfather or somebody that was like a hands-on person, or where did that come from that you're just naturally able to just, people don't just say, I'm gonna build a car. It's not normal.
Shout out to my, you know, my dad. You know, my stepdad, he showed me a lot of stuff, you know, growing up. Wasn't really always, you know, around all the time, you know, but as far as like being handy, like, yeah, you know, he definitely showed me the basics, you know, of it. But other than that, it was just one of those things where it was like, for a while, I was like, you know, one of the only kids in the house, so I was breaking stuff. So it was like,
He was trying to figure out how to put it back together.
I'm trying to figure out how to fix that shit for my mom at home, because if I don't, that's my, you know. Shout out to my mom, you know.
Hey, Mom, you did an excellent job, Mother. You did a great job.
You know, super dope lady. You know, like I said last time, super tough on me. You know, but I definitely think, you know, that it played a role in me. You know, I think they say it in the Bible, it's like, is it spirit of ride? Well,
Spoiled child.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, and that was one of the things where, like, I definitely agree with that. You know, because my mother, she had her foot on my neck, and
man,
you know, she was tough. So now, you know, it's the same way. And I try to be kind of tough, you know, with mine, but not as tough. You know, I just be like, hey, you know, I don't think I ever gave y'all. Have I ever given you a whooping? Like, I don't even think I've ever given none of them a whooping.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
So you have perfect kids.
It's been a look. You know, it's like a look, or you know, they just kind of see it in my demeanor, like, yo, stop that. You know, but
well, that's another thing I said. What happened to the real parents? Like these kids now, they They don't get on punishments. They don't have their phone taken away. I feel like that is one of the reasons why the kids are out of control right now, because the parents aren't parenting. That's real. They're not. They're not doing. They're not taking the time out to actual put kids on punishment. Do something. Like, these kids just do whatever they want now. It's just crazy. And it's because of the foundation. We got to get back to that. I say get back to that village vibe.
Like, I take my daughter's phone and you just physically, you just physically see her just break down. Like,
that's like the worst thing. Yeah. If you want your kid to do better, just take their phone.
If you take electronic devices, man, listen.
They gonna straighten up.
They like, what? My son, I take his tablet or be like, you can't play Roblox. Oh, it's over with. You know, he had died.
Yeah, they will, y'all. Try to tell you. Now, you are definitely a family man, just because we talk about a lot of stuff in the gym. But one thing I have noticed about you, which I love about your character, I already feel like I know Naya and, you know, your kids. You talk about them often, so I know you're very, very involved. So shout out to the good black men out here in their kids' lives, because that's gonna go so far. Like, you being in the home, but you can be in the home and not be in the home.
Right.
My poor babies. They'll be all right because their granddaddy is good.
It's a presence, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah, some people can be present and not be present. And that makes a difference, especially with our young girls. Women that have a father, this is a real statistic. When they have a father in the home that is attentive and really shows them love, they definitely avoid some of the mistakes that many young girls do, because they're looking for that father figure, or they can fall to the wayside of that. Number one, they scared they're gonna get in trouble with their daddy. But number two, men have to live. These boys got to live up to their standards, and they don't really need. I have friends like my sister-in-law. It's hard for her to find a man because her daddy's so good to her. You know what I mean? You got to live up to her daddy's standards. You know what I mean? And she's spoiled and she's been treated good. It's a big difference with women, and I can say that because I love my daddy to death. I definitely had a father in my life. My dad was on drugs really, really bad. So all my dad was a protector. Like, if somebody around, he'll beat him up. But I definitely knew that issues that I had with my husband was because I never had that father figure. So, you know, a lot of women, a lot of girls, they fall to the wayside because they don't have that father that teaches them how to be respected by a man. Yeah. And it's so important, y'all. It's important. It's important.
And it comes from the men, like, and don't get me wrong, like, that definitely come from, like, the father, but also it definitely come from, you know, your mom too. Like, cause if you don't got a, you know what I'm saying, if you don't got a mom like really showing you how to treat a woman, you know, really interact, then you know, you don't know. And then when you're going through it, you kind of just you learning as you go, you know. And you know some stuff, some stuff I did have to, you know, kind of learn still. You know what I mean? Like, my mom was so rough, like, and tough on me. Like, I don't, you know, like, you know, she showed me love, like, you know, I love you, son. But it was just like, it was a tough love, you know. Mm-hmm. So, but you know, regardless of that, you know what I'm saying, it was, you know what I'm saying, it was still love. But then I think it's, you know, it's generational too. You know what I mean? Because if your mom ain't really getting it, or, you know, the grandma ain't getting it, or she didn't get it, you know, whatever. So, you know, and it was, you know, it kind of trickled down. But you know, I love it. You know, so I definitely can say if I could go back and do it over and change anything, I probably would. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I probably would.
So you've had, tell me, so growing up, what was one of the craziest things you've done, like, as, like, in your 20s, something crazy that you did that was like living on the edge, that you probably are glad that you are still here, that you could have really, it could have really changed your life, but you were able to avoid those obstacles. Like, what was something that you really did that you look back and say, oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm still here?
Oh man.
Because the only reason why I asked you that, because you just seem like somebody that just would like can really that you just you
like
live
push
on
it,
the
like
edge.
really, like
You
step,
can do whatever you want and you push the limit.
push the limit.
Yes, you do.
All right, I give it to you. I don't know. I hope it's like a statute of limitation. I hope nobody be like, oh,
I got your back.
Get him, but
well, at the end, just say I'm just kidding.
you know. So my daughter, she, Naya will be like, yo, this one guy I went to school with, I think it's cool with, her mom's, husband or something. And he was like, yo, your dad started this Willie and stuff back in the day. So, like, I probably was one of the original Willie Kings around the city back in the day, just like doing Willies. And so this one day, I'm telling my uncle, like, oh, yeah, 12 o'clock in it. So he like, oh, let me see. So I go down to if y'all familiar with the area, Harvard Deli. So I went down to Harvard Deli. My grandmother still staying in the same house.
Okay.
On 153rd. Okay. So 153rd, and we already know where Harvard Deli is.
Right.
I went all the way down to Harvard Deli, turn around, start my Willie from Harvard Deli, coming all the way up.
Dang.
By the time I got to 151st, I don't know what I hit, but next thing you know, all I seen was sky.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
I'm sliding. I'm sliding. My bike going everywhere. I slid into oncoming traffic, and this lady slammed on her brakes so hard to where I would just close my eyes like I know I'm about to die. My feet was on her bumper. That's how I stopped.
My God.
I stopped. My feet was on her bumper, and I was like, whew. And yes, I did pee on myself. I did pee on myself.
And you live to tell the story.
My pants was wet, and I was just like, man, yeah. I
was everybody laughing or was everybody
everybody was calling, everybody was on the phone calling the police, ambulance. I'm like, no, just hang up, don't call nobody. I'm good, I'm all right.
Yeah.
So that was one, man.
Daredevil.
You seem like a couple of them. It's been a couple of them. So, another one was, man, I think I had just left the house. I literally just got on my bike, just left the house, and was on my way to my brother's house. And I'm about to get on the freeway. Getting on the freeway, and all I see is red and blues as I'm going under the bridge. So, real avid riders who be out here be doing the wheelies, you're like, man, I was riding no plate. So I never put a plate on my bike. So
really,
man,
why?
He's
asking for trouble.
Just at it, right? So I pull over to the side.
Somebody to talk about it. We got a caller on the line. Who's on the line?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. You on with Real Talk with Reese? Who we have on the line?
What's going on?
Who's on the line?
I'm calling to attest these stories that Mr. McMahon is talking.
Who that? That sounds like my brother Marty. That Marty?
Is this Marty McFly?
That's me.
What's up, Brody? What's going on?
Light skinned Marty?
I'm sitting here laughing
No,
at the story.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my God, I remember all that.
So I'm gonna finish telling you, and he can verify this.
Stay with us, Marty.
So I get on the freeway. He like the cop light me up. He in the Charger. So I pull to the side. I think he about to go by me, right? So he didn't. He pulled over to the side. So I'm like, oh shit, he about to. Oh, he coming for me. So I get back on the freeway and take off on him. So boom, I look, and I'm in it.
Do you have a helmet on?
Yeah, I had a helmet on. Always wear my bonnet. Always wear the bonnet. So I look down. I'm at 140.
Oh my
150.
gosh.
So I turn around and look. Yo, he's still coming. So I'm an idiot. I turn around and I'm like, well, come on then. And I'm like, well, you come. Well, come on then. So I'm in it, right? So now I got him behind me. I missed this turn where I should have turned off at. Now I'm in this another little spot. I ain't gonna tell you where it's at, like I said, because I don't know the limitations of this. I don't want nobody to be knocking on the door. So now
I think you okay. Ain't that many cops out there no more.
So now I got two different, little townships behind me. So I'm like, shit. So now I'm still in it. So now I'm coming up, and Marty, you know that hill right there coming up 131st. So I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh, wow.
I'm coming up the hill 131st. It's a car in front of me. I'm going so fast. I kid you not. I skipped over the top of this car. Like you think it's something like in the movie.
You went over the car?
I went literally over the top of the car. I hit so hard.
Oh my God.
The plastics on the bottom of my bike was flapping in the wind. I'm in it. So and listen.
And you ain't did nothing wrong. You just don't want to get pulled over.
I had no plate, so I already know.
You got drugs? How are you?
I don't think so. So I'm in it. So I'm cooking. So I'm taking them all in between the neighborhoods. I'm like, Dad, they still back there. And now mind you, Marty will tell you, my tire was so bald. You can see the white line.
Oh my God, no.
Was showing by the time I got to his house. So look.
Oh, you went to Marty's house.
So I got 2 townships behind me. Now I didn't hit another township, so now they behind me. So now I got 3. Oh. I got 3 squad cars behind, chasing me, right?
Oh, you missing as a helicopter.
So I'm like, oh man. So they behind me, and I'm going. So traffic is thick. It's the summertime. The bars is open. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm trying my hardest to get away, right?
Oh my God.
So now I put them in a big circle. So now I'm like, shit. I gotta get to where I gotta go somewhere, and the only thing I could think of was go to Marty's house.
He gonna bring all the cops to Marty.
Yeah.
As I'm on the phone with him, so I slide so this is when the Nextels was hot, right?
Yeah.
So I slide the phone under my helmet like this to call him.
Yeah.
And I'm literally going, he like, why so much noise? And I'm like, open the garage. Yeah. As I'm coming down his street, fly up his driveway, rolling the garage, and strip, almost naked in his garage. And he like, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden, all you hear is,
we're going past.
It's 20 cop cars by this point going past, and he just looked at me like, oh, you're a fucking idiot.
He was. I didn't know how the story was going in.
Needless to say, I didn't ride for. How long did I ride that? It was for a while. I ain't ride for a while.
That might stay at my house for probably about 2 weeks.
Wow. I think you're safe though. You said next step.
Hey, shout outs to the Brody. Shout outs to the Brody.
Marty, stay on the line because I want you to help him answer this question. So it's March Madness, and I usually do a lot of really coaching, and we stay focused. But we were all uncut, and I got a lot of friends that it's getting ready to warm up. And I got a lot of single friends, and they looking for love. I would like to ask you and your brother some real tips. Give us some Steve Harvey tips, meaning that y'all to tell on the brothers a little bit. What do men look for in a good woman? Because you're married. Let me make this very clear. This man here, Madness, is married, ladies. Okay, I told y'all that in my DMs. He's a happily married man, and shout out to his beautiful, beautiful wife.
Yes.
Okay. Woo-hoo. Now, we still gonna talk some stuff. So, are you married, Marty?
Yeah.
Okay, both of y'all married. Okay. So, it don't matter. Y'all still men. Listen, what do men look for in a good woman?
I'll let you go first, Marty.
If you had to date, or you got friends that's out here dating, what are you looking for in a woman that you would say, I would like to take her out and date? Because men don't date no more. This is the thing. And I'm telling y'all this after me being divorced after 27 years. And I've been single for 3 years. Getting a man is not the problem. It's the quality. It's gonna be hard for me right now. I'm not even really caring about settling down yet. But
because it'll find you.
It'll find me. I ain't worried about love. I'm love. I get a lot of love. I'm booked. But for my friends that don't seem to be able to be booked, this is the issue. I see that men don't date anymore. Is it because the women are not requiring that? What is it? What do you look for in a woman?
That's where I was gonna go with it. So outside of looks, it's the women aren't making the requirements. Like I still date my wife. Like, every now and then, I make sure I take her out, I have her dress up, we go somewhere nice, I make reservations, we go hang out, we go kick it. That's a requirement that you guys gotta put on the guys. Because we're basically gonna do what you allow us to.
Absolutely.
If all the women want is us to just take you to Applebee's and then go smash, we don't do that.
Not
Period.
no Applebee's.
Facts.
So
Smash and dash.
And the guys are gonna do what you let them do.
Right.
Now it's not like the women are putting up an attitude. It's you got standards just like we got standards.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if I'm dating somebody, I'm not gonna just okay, you're cute, okay, but you ain't got no sense.
Right.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and I can't talk to you about anything outside of what they were doing on basketball wise. This ain't going.
Facts.
Hey,
I
listen.
want you to talk to somebody and have like a sensible conversation.
But you know what I noticed though? This is so weird. The men, and I was talking to a guy, I call him Tesla. We're just gonna call him Tesla.
Tesla.
I call him Tesla because that's what he drives. And all people they have nicknames. I'm a nickname person.
Okay.
But we got real cool. And one of the things that he was noticing, he was like, he hang out with his friends, and he was like, the men are actually out here looking for, he was like, his friends will be sitting there talking, and they'll say, oh, she a nurse, she a lawyer, she driving the Benz. The men are now looking for the women to be like the provider. It's so weird out here. That's why it's hard to I think define the men. They want you to take them out.
But that's because that's because society then demasculated the men.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I will say another issue.
I don't think you're. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Real quick though, I think the issue. I'm celebrating 19 years today. I think another
Happy
issue.
anniversary!
I think on the woman's side, I think like, cause I've done it in my past, in other relationships. I think some women give too much too soon.
Yes, I agree. I try to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Try to tell them that, like, why you cooking dinner every day?
Yeah.
And you just met him, like,
come on now. Yes. So much. Yeah.
Look forward to it at all. I mean,
it's a lot to be earned on both sides, but
yeah.
You gotta take your time.
So are all of y'all friends married? Y'all got single friends? What?
I think everybody
asking for a friend. Asking for a friend.
Like for real, like everybody I hang around is like older than me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, cause I think like a lot of the guys my age like ain't talking about nothing. You know what I mean? Like I can't learn nothing from them dudes. You know what I mean? So like I try to soak up everything from all the older guys because that's where the wisdom at.
Yes,
you know
wisdom.
The wisdom, So like, besides my wife being one of my best friends, like my brother, my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk to that dude, quite frequently, through the week, and I know he'd be like, "This motherfucker calling me again."
But I think that's a good thing
too. I love you, man.
When you hang with a lot of men, that's so sweet. Oh, I love that. I love y'all. I think too, that's where I think a lot of married men that I know that seem to get themselves in trouble because they hanging out with all they single dudes that's still out here doing a lot of stuff. I think it's important that you gotta hang around.
You only can do that with them in Vegas.
Right. Yeah, on the boys trip.
But it's gonna be some. It's gonna be a whole lot of effort in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I mean like and then with that too, your significant other, she gonna be, kind of more at ease, when you around guys that's, got wives at home.
Absolutely, because like let's keep it 100. Like how much unless they've had the experience. Like I would listen to you because you've had a good amount of experience being married, but otherwise a person that's never been married and single. Hey, y'all know I'm talking about y'all. Shout out to T and all of y'all, but they can't tell me nothing. They don't know anything yet,
Right.
I'm just complaining to them.
I tell the ladies, it's still hope for y'all. It's still good men out here.
Absolutely.
It is. But I do believe, this is where I get in trouble with the ladies. They always like, my friends always say, you think like a man. No, I'm just a very realistic person. you attract what you are.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that it's not that I think that I'm so fine and I'm this, that, because I'm going through my body issues right now that I still love myself, but I am not happy with this weight that I put on.
I feel you.
But
I don't mean to cut you off on that one right there, but you got to also remember this. Social media got a real negative stigma on
It's
like
so
how
much
our
fake
women
stuff.
That's
supposed to
right.
look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for real, like if you ain't got no tiger stripes, you know what I'm saying? If I ain't got benefits out your armpit, you know what I'm saying? And it tastes like secret or Dove deodorant, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to look at on Instagram, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, and them just real dudes, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, everybody ain't really into that fake stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like I said, me and my wife had this conversation. I was like, for women, it'd be like, if you was in a relationship or like being married and then had to like start over and like date, like the dude selection, like,
I don't think I would do it.
You know what I'm saying? And then like even with me, like even like dating, like having to have to start over, I'll be like, how you ain't 50 and up, beat it. Cause I'm like, because my thing is, I be looking how some of the young girls is pulling up and listening to the music. I'm like, I don't know if we're going on a date or she gonna rob me. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
where are the values exactly?
She, you know what I'm saying? I be seeing how some of these young girls pulling up, pistol out, I'm like, nah, look, I gotta wash my hair.
Right.
My cycle just started. I'm gonna be honest, my cycle just started. I don't got no man pants. Hey man, if y'all want, and what's the number to call in? It's 216.
216-939-5087. Call in. You want to add something to what we talking? This March Madness, we wide open today. Raw, uncut. Anything you want to ask. Oh man,
I know my mama listening. Oh my God, I'm gonna say something.
But you're right. One thing I will say, social media, it does, and not try to tell that your daughter over there and she's young, and they get caught up. I have 3 girls.
Yes.
And my girls are very beautiful girls, you know what I mean? And they look nice, all that. But one of the reasons why I work out, because I would tell you, I want to get a tummy tuck. I want to go do some of the things, like I was in a hairdresser, and I love my hairstylist. She is the coldest. Y'all know I don't play about my hair.
Hey, shout out to the hairstylist because I be sweating that shit.
He is the hair dude killer. He is the hair dude killer. You're gonna die if you want to walk out of there. But when I went in there, I love her. I love Ivory at iStyles. But I was sitting in the hairdresser, y'all, and because they knew, like, they was messing with me, like, Dad, I have thick skin, so I'm okay with it. But they was just like, Dad, I never seen you this big. So I was like, gained like 50 pounds. But my friend was laughing. She was like, girl, it seemed like you got 1,000 people liking you now because after you done gained weight. That's true. I don't care though. I want to lose weight for me.
Yeah,
it's not about what other people see.
Right.
What the biggest thing is, when I was in the shop, they was like, everybody was trying to be like, well, you can go to this doctor. They all got tummy tucks. They got their butt done. They get the fat sucked out. Yeah. They do. Well, I got 3 girls. And one of the reasons why, y'all gonna see me because I'm getting it together. Okay, I look good, but I'm look great, right? I working out because I don't want my girls to decide that they can just go somewhere and get surgery and take the easy way out. We live in a society right now where everything is just easy. You just want to go out and do everything fast food, microwave world. Yeah. No. Yeah. Put the work in, and it's gratifying when you do, because for real, the only reason why I'm like this is because I haven't taken the time to really just sit down and eat healthier, do better. I have, in the last 3 years, I have all my businesses, so I'm so busy. I just told you I've been up since filming since 9 o'clock this morning. Went to bed late because I had an event. So I had to really change my eating habits. It's me. Can you lose weight? It's not hard, y'all. It's hard because, we're thick women. It's a struggle, whatever. But especially it's really up to what you do. Yeah. So I don't want my girls to be like, well, running out and get surgery because they have friends that are not even that big.
Man.
And
These bodies is built. Me I'm saying? They built. You know what I'm saying? You gotta earn it. You gotta earn this body.
And guys, like, let me tell y'all, it's a myth, ladies. I'm telling you, I'm a witness. They like this fact. These roles.
You know, my wife be talking about, she be like, am I fat? I'll be like, bro, if you ask me that one more time, I'm gonna push you down 5 foot.
Yeah, facts. It's like, I've been through a lot in life, but I've always been thick and I've never had a problem with men.
Like, I don't have
I've never will get one. How about that?
Yeah,
I've never had a problem with
you got 19 years in the game, baby.
Yeah, but even before him,
like, thin girls ain't my thing. I feel like if you ain't 150, 160 and
okay.
Like,
yeah. And even like, the women that are small, shout out to them too.
Yeah, shout out.
But it's all
just
about.
Not my pref.
My thing is, love who you are. My best friend, Mocha, DJ Mocha, shout out to DJ Mocha.
What up, DJ
Nasty Natty. We've been best friends since 7th grade. My whole life, she literally, and we not gay, she loved me and I love men. But she always grab my butt and be like, please give me some.
Yeah.
And I'll be
ain't no structure.
She like, but you can't tell her that she ain't got the biggest butt in the world. She be like, girl, little booties matter. Like, the point of that is you just gotta love what you have. Everybody want to get these enhancements. They get their lips done. They get that. Like, even with hair, natural hair is beautiful. Yeah. Do whatever is good for you. But we gotta stop putting this out there. This is for the ladies, the women. We gotta stop making it a norm to just go fix your body.
Yeah, because that's because it wasn't meant for us.
It's not.
They did it to copy us. Yeah. Exactly. That stuff wasn't meant for us.
And then you know what's gonna happen later in life when they get these booties. Hey,
it's gonna say anyway.
Shout out to Stacey.
She sit on your new couch and it's leaking. You like,
right? These booties is gonna fall off. The booties gonna fall off. Right, for real. Like, I believe that all these women
and they get them too big. You know what I'm saying? Then they get them so big to where when you in the bed, her booty taking up more space in the bed.
Like, and you don't even look right.
But your weight. You know what I'm saying?
The booty to thigh ratio. First of all,
the circumference.
I can't stand the booty to the thigh ratio, ladies.
They looking like the thing.
Like Tiny T.I.'s wife.
Yeah, she look ridiculous.
That is weird. That's a weird look. My cousin live in Atlanta.
Nikki and Cardi, they butts look ridiculous.
Yes, it don't make sense. Flip them. Cool. And what is this? And this is the thing. My cousin live in Atlanta.
Y'all see dudes going and getting DDLs.
No, they got them out here.
Dudes getting DDLs.
Guys are getting penis enhancements.
They getting penis enhancements.
They getting the ad work done.
Hey, but you got me. But think about it though. You really got to get the DDLs because girls getting their butts so big.
But no. Wait, I was about to say something. Now you close your ears. So listen, I do feel bad for a man that was not. That's hard. Like I can't even imagine. You know, I've heard some stories from some friends. Yeah. And I'd be like, poor thing. Like, you gotta have the most confidence in the world because that's a disability. If you can't get it from the back, that's a disability.
Ooh, it is.
Like, for real.
No matter how big the booty is, you should always be able to. So
it's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I mean, cause it's but see, so we gonna.
They do have DDLs.
But as soon as a dude walk in the room with this 2-year-old baby leg hanging between his waist.
Oh, Lord. You said 2-year-old baby leg.
Now, you don't want to too much is not great. That's no fun either. That's no fun.
You be like, what you about to do with that? You know what I mean? And then the first thing that happened is, what y'all be doing? Hitting over the brakes. You be putting your hand on his butt. You're like, stop. Pull the leg down. You know. So,
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know.
I was saying my cousin in Atlanta, he told me that he can't sit down there because he was like, every girl look exactly alike. He was like, I love women because black women all come in different shapes and sizes. Right. Yeah. He was like, in Atlanta, everybody looked the same. He was like, it's annoying. Yeah. He was like, everybody got the same exact shape. And he's so silly. Mm-hmm. He was making the little pose. He was like, everybody looked, because everybody got their stomach and the booty. Right. Like, it's crazy. I just want us to just love ourselves. Like, we got to put that back out there. You the coldest and whatever. Everything is about your attitude, y'all. It's personality that really wins the game. Like, and then, you know, because I don't care how much body you got. You ain't got no skills behind that. It ain't going to matter no way.
Right? And then if your personality, ain't giving.
Like, big booty and no personality,
Or
what is
terrible
that gonna
woman.
get you?
Right.
Because
right.
even when a guy gets a girl because of her body, it never gonna last if he can't even, like your brother said, have a conversation.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
shout out to the real bodies out
Okay,
here.
natural.
Real booties matter.
Natural.
All natural is a good thing. And it's a health conscious thing too. Like, you don't know what these doctors are putting in your body. Look at Kay Michelle almost died.
She did.
Going through that, but then she still got issues because she went from I'm gonna take my booty out, and now don't even look like her
now
no more.
She
chiseled her, changed her whole appearance.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm an advocate.
Yeah, she definitely.
Cardi did it too. Now she looking like a straight A.
I know Cardi was look cuter back then.
She was cute,
like,
yeah.
I think it all started with Lil' Kim though.
Yeah, and
that's so sad.
Yeah.
Look at Lil' Kim. That's
Kim
so
was
sad.
killing it back in the day.
She was
like,
cute.
Absolutely.
I had that poster with her in the leopard print.
I had it too, in Biggie Mama house. Yes, I had it too.
She started messing with herself, man. Just looking
It's
crazy.
sad, y'all, but
So don't do it.
Okay, don't do it.
She ain't gonna do it.
Don't do it. It wasn't meant for us. It was not meant for us. The Caucasians got it because they wanted to look like us.
And now,
period. Everything
really
from head to toe. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta. But I'm gonna tell you, that's where those daddies come in hand too.
Absolutely.
Like my mother, growing up, my mother, and this is to all the parents, mothers and fathers.
Mm-hmm.
My mother is a size 0 growing up. My mother, they're all tall, skinny. My mother was one of the first Ebony Fashion Fair. She said I always get it wrong, so I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Model back in the day, right? And she was professional. They taught. I don't look like nothing. We take a family picture. I don't look like none of them because I get this from my dad's side, right?
Okay.
But I didn't even know.
At least you know
when I woke up as a kid, every morning my mother said, "Make it a good day."
Mm-hmm.
Before people were saying that, my mom saying, "We're gonna make it a good day," and she told me I was so beautiful. And she would always be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And she would always tell me, "I wish I had those legs. I wish I had," you know what I mean? And she would always. So even I grew up thinking I was beautiful because my mom told me that on the inside. Yeah. We have to instill that love and confidence in our children growing up.
Absolutely.
So that social media and the world can't get them. They don't get them. We can only do so much. They in school longer. They have their friends longer. But if you have parents, y'all, be the example. Stay on them. Don't let them just do things. But then you can kind of help that. But
that's a fact.
The key is telling them that they're beautiful. And a father, y'all don't know how much it means when your daddy and a man tells you that you're beautiful.
Absolutely.
Seriously, it goes a long way.
I had a beautiful moment with my husband and my daughter. She was standing up in front of the backdrop I had just put up, and he was just, giving it to her. And she just standing there smiling. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it
matters. That love matters. It goes a long way.
Because you ain't got to get validation from nobody.
From nobody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if you taking your daughter on trips around the world and you take her to different places, she ain't gonna be impressed by a dude taking her to
absolutely. Okay.
Food, you know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah, so, you better believe it.
Definitely.
Yes. Shout out, hey Stacy, hey everybody, y'all. Hey Janice, that's who did her photo shoot today. Was the bomb.
What's up,
but
Janice?
So that's just super important. That's why I love that you're so involved in your children's life and the things that you do. But so I'm working out, y'all. Listen, he's trying to kill me. And I can't breathe, and he like, "You ready for the next one?" You really killed me the last time. I used to get longer breaks in between, but I don't get the long breaks. But while I'm working out, y'all, I look over and he got some old big gun, and he over there just like it's normal. I'm working out. A normal person would have been scared, but I ain't really scared. I'm definitely from the hood, from the city. So, but I'm looking, and he got this big old gun. He's putting together, taking apart, and I'm like, this is not a normal person.
Wow,
what made you get into guns? Because you love guns and you know so much about guns. Where did that come from?
That actually came from. So I was born in Kalamazoo. My grandparents came.
That explains a lot.
My grandparents came to me and took me to
Michigan.
brought me here.
Okay.
My mom had me young, So, my grandparents came to, bring me to Cleveland.
Okay.
And, my granddad was,
That
military. My granddad was military. A bunch of cousins, different friends in the military. So here, then after high school, I ended up moving to, Connecticut, with the family for a little while, and then just kind of hooked up with some guys. Shout out to my brody Matty. I think he tuning in right now. And
Hey, Matty.
was able to just do some contract stuff, so was able to just like hop in and out of the country,
What
do
do
a
you
little
mean
bit different
contract stuff? What
So
does that
just
mean? Does that sound like underground special?
So
something?
no, just really training with guys who was in the military, them guys got a military background, and just
training them physically.
So physically, just training with them day to day thing,
Okay.
just really learning the ins and outs, and how to move through a room, and different stuff. So I hooked up with these guys, and then I was able to just do some stuff that normal guys normally can't do. You gotta have a security clearance. I had a security clearance. I worked for the government at one point. So when I was able to just do you know odds and ends stuff. Can't really get into too much detail
Sound like
about it. You know what I'm
Secret
saying?
Service.
But I was just able to meet a bunch of different guys and able to just do different stuff.
So it's like a hobby to you.
So like now, just shooting is really just a hobby. Showing my daughters how to shoot. I take them and shoot. We shoot on the weekends. Show my wife how to shoot.
I love that.
Show my son he know how to shoot. A lot of the ladies in the gym. We take them on the weekend on Sundays. And,
I'm going out. My daughters want to learn how to shoot.
Where you go out to Broadview?
Oh, so no! Shout out to my guys out there in C4 Armory, out in Madison, man. Them dudes are super dope.
Okay.
Outside, I hate shooting inside. You really can't you get the full experience of.
I've never shot outside.
Working with your firearm. It's sundress season. How to carry your gun during sundress season. How to defend yourself from your car. How to defend yourself if somebody is in the car with you. The right procedures.
That's
how to flag, how to not flag. It's a real big thing, and it run deep, but you just gotta put that work in. So shout out to those guys. If they're listening, they know who they is. They know the work that you training.
Shout out to his secret society. I'm nervous.
I appreciate those guys, but yeah. So that was really.
Because your gun didn't look normal. That's why I was looking at it like.
Yeah, all special built stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I told y'all he is a jack of all trades. Every time we talking, something new come up he's doing. I'm like, okay. So
Maddie, the number 216.
Oh, you know what? Is his brother still on the line? Nobody can get through.
Yeah, he's off, but yeah, they can get through.
Okay, yes.
You can call in 216 939 5087, Maddie. So
you got hobbyist does, and you also wear boxing. So listen, my daughter, shout out to Maya. My daughter is, first of all, she's like a genius. She is a genius. I should have had her tested. She's one of the oldest of the twins. And she has always been like naturally strong and tough. But so she had a 3.9 GPA. And call her on the line. Hey.
Hey, it's Maddie D.
What up, Maddie D?
What's up, Maddie? What up, sharpshooter, Maddie? How you doing?
Oh, can't complain.
So, Maddie.
Just making things better than yesterday.
Always. So you friends with this jack of all trades over here? Y'all shooting buddies, huh?
Long time. We've done a lot of stuff together.
That sounds suspicious, Maddie. We've done a lot of stuff together.
As Max said, we did contract work with the government. We can tell you that we were retrieval specialists. I specialize in close quarters combat.
Oh wow. See, I like my team. I feel safe. So y'all mess with me, y'all gonna have to deal with madness. You hear me? This is my bodyguard because I'm getting ready to go on tour, and I'm gonna need a bodyguard. I got my bodyguard.
Facts. I got you.
Listen, I do electrical engineering. Max does mechanical engineering. I've
MMA fighters?
We just had one here.
Oh wow! I used to, y'all. When that stuff started coming out, I would watch it and I would have to turn my head because I love boxing, right?
Okay.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna like the MMA and the UFC and all that. So I would look, and I could not watch it. I'm like, these people are not normal. I have put a stigma on y'all, but now I love it. I could watch the whole fight. I used to have to close my eyes because I'm like, they gonna kill each other. How they still alive?
Girl.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something, Maddie. You can tell me if this is true. You can break the stigma that I have put on y'all because I put this there. I feel like you cannot be a MMA fighter or any of that kind of stuff if you do not take heavy drugs prior to the fight. Because I feel like you got to be crazy or something to be able to take that pain. Is that true?
Not true. Not true.
That is complete garbage. That is complete garbage.
Not true. You just got to be a special person to get into the ring. You know what I mean? It takes a special person.
To get into the cage with an MMA fighter, you have to have confidence like nobody else because these guys are world-class athletes by far. And the defeats they have with each other, that's not scripted like WWE. Like, they legit hate each other. They're out for blood. They want to murder each other. That's why they do it in a cage, because that way they can't go to prison.
That's what
I do it
like.
because I like violence.
Because you like what?
You like
violence.
Okay,
I like
see?
violence.
Hey, Maddie.
So I'll give you guys a funny story, and back this up. I caught a red eye from El Paso, Texas, back home for my day job. I just get home, go to sleep. My phone rings. Matt calls me. He's pinned down. I was asleep 5 minutes. I grab my AR, go right up to the gym. I'm clearing that whole building in 5 minutes into the door with my gun ready to go.
Oh my God. Now that's what you call a best friend.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
And that was just because,
I gotta hear more about this story. What happened here?
so that's just because, you hear the stories and then, like my brother, Marty, before he hung up, I was telling him a story about some stuff from back in the day. And he was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But, we ended up having a mutual friend and didn't really know it. So then, we kind of hanging out, and then this mutual friend walk in. We like, oh yeah, and then he just like he gets rambling off different stories, and my brother looking at me like, oh, Dad, you want to lie? And I'm like, no, I ain't gonna lie. Like some guys they gonna like lie about different stuff, just to get that recognition. But a lot of that stuff like, we don't gotta lie about that. But we was in the gym, and I was just saying, I was just making light of it, about how. People got different friends and, people looking at race and the color or whatever. And I'm like, if I call my boy right now and I'm like, yo, they got me pinned down at the gym, I can't get out. And I don't got my girlfriend with me. He gonna pull up. And I did. And they was just like, whatever. And I called him and he pulled up.
Shout out to Maddie. I love it. That's the kind of friend you are.
I was literally just got off the plane, got home, went to sleep. Wasn't even asleep 5 minutes.
Wow. I got a question for Mac and Maddie. How do you guys feel about the new association of slap boxing?
It's garbage. That's a bitch sport.
Okay.
Yeah. Slap boxing, they just slap each other.
Oh, just slapping each other?
Yeah. There's rules and stuff.
It's a slapping contest to see who can slap the hardest that the females like. Like, dudes don't have testicles. That's all that is.
See, wow.
Or shut up and walk away.
Okay.
No, really, I seen that. I did see them like,
yeah.
I can't even imagine. I don't know.
It's crazy.
They just come up with anything nowadays.
Yeah.
So, have you ever fought professionally, or
No, I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Your hands are registered, aren't they?
Originally, because of what we did with the government, I'm restricted on how much I can do. So I'm only allowed to train.
Okay.
But more recently, because of some health issues, I'm not allowed to even take a shot anymore because it could cause more damage.
Okay.
We found out earlier this past week that I'm still as fitness as I've always been, and I'm almost 40.
Wow. That's what's up.
And that's taking 2 years off from surgery and rehab.
Wow. Well, I hope everything gets better for you. But you are able to train her. So were you all like violent as a kid? Like, did you always want to fight people as a kid? Where did the violence come from? Just the thrill of it?
No, so my dad was in the military and he was killed the day before my 8th birthday. And so my past was my mom turned into a drunk. So there was a lot of physical abuse, there was a lot of emotional abuse. And then we had a cousin of ours who ended up being a babysitter for me at a young age and who sexually assaulted me. And when I turned 13, I ended up stabbing him several times and it felt great. And that's when it clicked. But I ran away from home, so I ran with gangs, I sold drugs, and did everything bad that I had to do to survive.
Wow, Maddie.
Wow.
You got it. Maddie, have you know you should write a book. Because I would say, listening to your story.
A lot of it can't be told. A lot of it cannot be told, so it'd be a short book.
Okay, well, the reason why I'm saying maybe not write a book, but what I'm saying is you got through some major stuff to be who you are now. And I mean, just hearing that your dad getting shot before your 8th birthday, being abused, and your mom, and then look at you now. Like, I've heard good things about you, you know, and you really overcame that. Like, that was
my issue on that is I was one of the few lucky ones. How many more had to suffer a lot worse than what I did? I was lucky enough to have a lady adopt me at 17, force me to go through high school, get 2 years so I can graduate in 1 year, and then go off to college, test out of college because I was too good at mechanics and building race cars. So I tested out in 3 months. And there's other stories about college that we can get to later because those are some funny, wild stories. And Mac will tell you, with everything that I have been through, he's been there. Like, he's the only one that I've ever had that's been there. And to tell you how close we are, I was out partying on West 160th one night. I don't know how I ended up 4 hours away in the middle of a cornfield in Lima, Ohio, middle of winter, passed out.
Yeah, we definitely had some hangover nights. So yeah, we definitely had some hangover nights.
We had many, especially after popping a guinea.
Hey, Maddie, can we backtrack a little bit? You said race cars. What kind of racing you do?
I knew. I was waiting for you. She is one of the first black race cars. They have their own black race car team.
He has his own shop where he builds NHRA cars, quarter-mile cars.
Wait a minute, who you say?
So, one of my cousins.
Oh, what's his name? I asked because I've been driving since I was 9. My dad's been driving since he was 15. Like, I was almost born out in Norwalk at Summit Motorsports Racing Equipment now.
I shut the track down one day doing Woodies out there.
Okay.
I shut the track down. Okay. Like, Bobby Briggs. Briggs showed me how to race.
Oh, wow.
Rest in peace, Bobby Briggs.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been many years, and honestly, I haven't seen that guy in so long. I don't remember who he is. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
His name is Chip. That's all I can tell you.
Oh.
But because of that, I've always had a fascination with cars.
He had a Camaro.
Chip had a Camaro. So for me, it was a no-brainer to go into automotive.
Oh, that's dope.
And so I went to NASCAR Tech, and well, they all drink down in North Carolina, so that's all we could do at 18, and it was fun then when it was legal. Illegal to do.
Right. That's dope.
So I'm gonna just tell you.
There's another story we can get into on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna send out some invites for the summer, so you guys can come out.
We gotta stay in touch. We gotta have to have him come back on here with Matt next time. Listen, somebody just said, this is why I told you have a story. One of the listeners said, wow, he really could be an inspirational speaker. And they were mesmerized just by hearing a little bit of your story. So that's why sometimes you don't even know, because in your mind you're just like, oh, it's just my life and that. But people see where you came from and where you are now. You could help some young men out there. It's just a thought. I'm just always looking at that.
I do. I already do. I help mentor kids that have anger issues. I sit, talk with them, spend time with them, because that's all they need.
Oh, that's good. Okay, great. Now that's great to hear, because
you gotta have great people around you. Like I said, I don't hang around. I don't hang around people that don't have like something to not even offer, but just like something to absorb. You know what I mean? Because like even though like they say like little kids at a certain age absorb everything, they're a sponge. Like still at me be 39 this year, like I'm still absorbing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still reading and, learning, because, you learn something new every day. You know,
We need to get back to that. Say reading. I'm starting a book club in April because I want people to get back to educating themselves. Like reading different things, it opens up the door. Like it just does something to your brain that just always add new knowledge and learn different things, different cultures. It's just important. But I have a question for you.
Sure.
What is, you have so many things that are going on. I don't even think we even touched the fact that he was a boxer and he actually boxed professionally and has some boxing matches. Amateur. Okay. To me, that's professional, but he was an amateur. He got in the ring and fought somebody. And that's why I was going to go with my daughter because she asked me, "Do you train?" Because she wants to get into boxing. Have you ever trained a female?
Yeah. Of course, my daughter know how to throw hands.
Yeah.
Like, she know how to throw hands to the point to where I had to record because of that shit.
So yes, so that was the story I was gonna tell about my daughter and how she go to Bedford. She went to Bedford.
Okay.
And she has a twin. And her twin is like, she's my mini me times 10.
Okay.
She's the talker, and the other twin is like, he had 3.9 GPA, but she also played, she was the pitcher as a freshman on varsity. And she played basketball. As a freshman, she played varsity. So she's naturally athletic, right?
Okay.
And so, but she doesn't start anything. Some girl came up there and just mugged her sister, being jealous, because Mia, she loved my Mia, but she talked. It's Mia Maya. Mia talk.
Yeah.
So somebody got in her face and mugged her, and my daughter snapped. We had to go to court because she literally, I never seen her have a fight. And when I say it's something crazy that, like, she don't play, that Bedford was like, this was the most dangerous violent fight they had in the history of high school. But she don't start nothing with nobody. Yeah. So I was like, she is so tough, y'all. Like, she's super strong, but she's so cool. Like, she's the most relaxed. You would never know that.
And when you guys go, gotta come to work. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, thanks for calling in, baby. Gotta stop in sometime.
Yep, later.
She was like, when I told her that, I came home, I was pumped because we box, right? And I love boxing.
Right.
And so she was like, Ma, I told you a long time I wanted to do boxing. And I'm like, you mentioned it, but I didn't really think that. So she wanted me to ask you, do you train? So she wants to train, so I want you to see what you see something.
Yeah. Bring her in.
But she don't want to get, I'm like, you sure? Because you don't want to, you think you cute too, so you don't worry about what if you get hit. She was like, they're not going to hit me. I was like, oh, okay.
Like Mike Tyson said, you always got a game plan until you get punched in the face.
Right, I believe it.
And that's for real, What up, Sean, man? My man Sean just said, you made football look cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. He said legend. I appreciate that, Sean, man. Definitely, for sure. Yeah. What's up, Rosie?
He definitely, so you played did you think that football was going to be your end game? Because my question is, what is your end game? But before we get there, was your dream to be a professional football player?
Oh, yeah. I ended up getting picked up by Philadelphia Eagles on the pro day when I was in college.
That's dope.
And then I came home to visit, and then I got into a nice little accident, and then, I ended up getting released. And it's kind of funny that you brought that up because me and my daughter Naya she brought that up the other day. She was like, "Man, I can't imagine like how much different our life would be like if you ain't get hurt." You know what I mean? So like, I think I just got put in like the sports legend, like all the like Cleveland schools in the area.
Wow,
I got put into that book like not too long ago.
That's
but yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you. So that was like one of them things that like, I was like.
But you know what? You told me a couple things happened. You had an accident.
So I had an accident, and then shout out Coach Ross. I was playing for a team down in Steubenville, and then I ended up having like a workout coming up with the Browns, and I ended up tearing my ACL, and then I was like out for like a whole another like year and a half. And then the Gladiators that's when they first came into town. And then I ended up having a workout with them, and they wanted to sign me, but my injury was like still fresh, like. To like at that workout, I remember it. Like my doctor came. Shout out to Dr. Charles Presti. He did my surgery, and then my physical therapist Shannon. They was there, And
Wow.
she was like, I looked at her on the sideline at one point, and then she like, her hair, blonde hair down, like to her shoulders, and then like we going through the workouts, and then like after that, I look over again, her face is like red, and her hair in the ponytail, and she pointing at my leg. Like I literally got my staples took out probably like a couple days before. So like
a couple days before.
like,
See,
my
you're
knee
not
was,
normal.
like
You're
my
not
knee was
normal.
bleeding. Like it was like the bandage. I had this knee brace on. I ended up making it all the way to the final cuts, but they were just like
People want to know. They're asking me what high school you went to.
Oh, I'm a K house. I'm a K house, bro. I'm a
Yeah.
K house. K house.
K-High,
Yeah.
Eagle, y'all.
Class of 2002.
So when I hear
Okay,
stories
okay.
like that, because you're like obviously we're a super athlete, I always think he made it on multiple teams. But think about all the injuries and the concussions and the different people. I feel like God and the universe wanted to save you, preserve you, because you had bigger things to do with your life.
Like even like after that, and I didn't finish college, and then like I didn't get to go where I was at. Like I could have asked people for help, but like I'm like that type. Like I don't ask for help. Like I could be like nailing something in the house, and like it's right there. My wife could be standing in the kitchen, and I won't call her name. Like I'll break everything, just trying to get it. Like just super stubborn, So like when that happened, man, I literally was like sleeping in my car. You know what I mean? Like I was like kind of staying with my grandparents for a little while.
Wow.
But like I was sleeping in the car, and then I just kind of had to figure it out. And then if Marty's still listening, he can contest to this. We lost touch for a minute, and then I found him again in traffic on my way to work. I was working at this place called Cleveland Plywood. I was working there, and it was freezing. It was the winter time too, and I was working at Cleveland Plywood, and I was there, and I seen him in traffic. I was blowing the horn, then he pulled over. He was like, "Man, who was this blowing at me?" He pulled over, and he was super dapper on his way to work, And then I want to say he been where he at for a grip now. So, and we on two different spectrums. Like he went to school for engineering, I went to school for IT. Now he working in IT, and I work in engineering.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's what's up.
So it was a thing. Like, but yeah, I was sleeping in my car. The lady at the McDonald's on Harbor, like she would like put the West sign out in front for the bathroom, like bathroom was closed, and let me like wash my face and shit, and then give me like a cup of coffee and like an egg and muffin. So like it was, and then I've told this story like several times. I even told it at graduation. When I graduated from ITT Tech, I was a student speaker. So I graduated with honors, and then I got to speak like right before this doctor. So I'm telling the story like how like we had these professors and stuff was going on, and we weren't really learning what we should have been learning, and like classmates, we get into fights with each other, like physical altercations in class because what's going on. And at graduation, like I told this story, and my dad, I met my dad one time, like my real dad one time, like 20. And
you met him when you turned 20?
Yeah, so I know my real dad. Like shout out to my dad.
You have
my dad, like when I turned 20.
Story.
So I talked to my dad like first time on the phone when I was like 15, and then I didn't get a chance to talk to him again until like I was like 20, and then like I met like him and my mom, like shout out to my mom, like I got two moms, like they always say you get like 3 special ladies in your life, and I got 3 special ladies, like I got 4 to be honest, like my wife, my mother-in-law, and then my mom, and then my stepmom. Like, so
that's a blessing.
So I just told that story, man, and it was like, yo, it's crazy. I literally had people at graduation like crying listening to that story.
So I told CJ Star we're getting ready to put on I think in May, maybe June, a big empowerment event. But we don't, they have to do like women empowerment, but we're not. We're going to have men and women.
For sure.
I am telling you right now, we want you to be, you need your story told. Like, I know that this man has come into my life for a reason because you know how you see, I'm like the connector and the pusher. I could see somebody like living like that to see their greatness. But to me, this is my opinion to you. I see you on a much bigger scale, and it's not even about money, but that's gonna be to come to.
You make
But
the time you can't get
but
back.
you have a purpose. Like the world needs to know your name, your story, and your gift. But what I will tell you, because I think like you're cool, you know, you make things happen and all that. But I'm about to make him step up his presence in his game so that people can see you out there, like, because this is something that needs to be talked to. I see you, you know, being able to train young men and, you know, have a Mac Madness boot camp for the young guys that will help them learn discipline and also, you know what I'm saying, just how to function in the world. Like, that you get grants for. Like, it's just, I know there's something special that we are going to do. Besides, you know, he has a really good wine. Oh, we used your wine last week. I finally drank your wine and it was so good. Everybody was like, this wine tastes a little bit different. It's good. I said, oh, it's made with apples. So, yeah, and they was like, apples? Yeah. And they was like, yes, it's made with apples. So I told them about your wine. We had a big production meeting at my house last Sunday. And I don't really drink like that. I'm like a social drinker. If I'm out, but I don't really have alcohol at home. And so I was like, you know what, y'all? I gotta put on wine. So I went and grabbed your wine. And everybody loved your wine. Sure, I think it was like,
what was that, was it Carmichael the other day?
It was the other one.
Which one?
It
was it Summer?
It was,
bro, we gotta get her some wine, man.
Yes, I don't know what the bottle was, but it was one of them names that I would remember.
My bro Wilbon said fastest dude in Ohio. Like, man, Wilbon always like man. That's like Wilbon, another one of my closest friends, man. Like that's
shout out to Wilbon.
That's my brody, man. I love you, man. I love you, dude.
Yeah, we definitely. What's up, Si? Hey, everybody. Y'all know I can't say hi to all the people because even though I have my glasses on, I can't see that.
What's up, CJ? CJ, one of my kids. He go to Walsh, and like
Okay.
Man, like they gave him his shot to start. He put up was it 36 points, CJ, 37? He won their first game. No, football.
Football. He put up 36 points in football.
Bro, they wouldn't let him.
Major.
They gave him his shot, man, and he killed it, man. He definitely killed it. And they was like, yo, where this kid been at? And like all the parents was like, can I get a card? Can you come train down here? And I'm like, yo,
hey,
if you pay me to come this
I am now officially his manager if y'all want to.
For sure.
But no, what's his name again? CJ at what school?
CJ Yarbrough. He go to Walsh.
All right, y'all check out CJ Yarbrough at Walsh. We're going to be checking you out, CJ. Keep up the good work, man. Keep up the good work. So look, the next guy, he don't play. I'll be having to get out of Jeff Way because he a legend on the radio station. But I just want to ask you, what do you see as your end game? Like, how do you want to leave your stamp on the world? What is your goal to say, I accomplished and I feel satisfied in life? What would that look like for you?
Just a knowledge, just giving back, being a supporting cast of, young guys, young ladies that, didn't have it because, I think that's one of them things that are really, definitely determine a person's outcome. Just having that supporting cast of the person just, like, hey, I did that, don't do that. Go this way. It's especially even with like you get superstars just like that too. You know what I mean? Where they shouldn't be doing certain stuff, man, and they don't have the right supporting cast. They'd be like, yo, don't go that route. Go this route. Mm-hmm. So just being me, being a mentor. If any advice I can give it.
Would you ever want to be a coach in the
So that's funny.
NFL?
That's funny that you said that. Like I actually used to own the arena football team when I was here.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely owned the arena football team. It was called the Cleveland Saints at first, but then I ended up changing the name over to the Cleveland Pack. And just things just didn't work out. I just didn't like. My wife was salty at me too because I used the last of all my football money to try to keep it afloat, and then it ended up going under. But you know, I did do it, you know, and it was dope. It was fun, you know. So
that's an amazing story. That's you're part of history
it was fun.
that you know you can tell. Oh, you know what? I want you to give a when we end, Marie. Can you give a woman? It's Women's History Month.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all. So we
Sure
definitely need to highlight a woman
I got you.
at the end.
I got you.
But you have history. You're in the history books for having your own arena team. That's major. That's what's up. But I see you doing great things. Do you have a desire to like be a coach? That would be a lot of time.
I mean, you know, if the opportunity presented itself, then, you know, of course, you know, I would definitely, you know, be open to it. So, you know.
So out of all the things that you do, what are you most passionate about? Outside of being a father and a wife. I mean a husband.
Hey, we all know my wife wears pants. I'm just playing.
I believe that. I know she does.
My wife is a tough one in the house, though. I don't know.
Okay.
No, you know what? I say fitness, definitely.
Fitness is your passion. Okay, that makes sense. Cause you stay in shape, and yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's your passion. That's good.
And I do like telling my stories, though. You know, I do tell y'all.
I'm putting him on a comedy tour, y'all. He funny.
Doing some stories, you know. So I know we're about to get out of here. So I got a story for you. You want to hear it?
Yeah, tell me your funniest
story.
Yeah, tell me a funny story nobody will believe.
All right, I got one for you. So, right out of high school, you know, probably still in high school. I was still kind of young. So, you know, me and the homies, we chilling at McDonald's, and these white girls pull up in this van, right? So, you know, we all, you know, saying little stuff or whatnot. So I ended up getting her number, and you know, was talking to her on the phone, you know, kind of talking to her and whatnot. And so she was like, you know, we should go out. So I was like, all right. So she ended up, you know, giving me the address, and like this was before like Google Maps, so we know we had to go on MapQuest to print that shit out and like follow the piece of paper, you know. So I get it, and I'm driving to her, you know, I'm driving out there, and like I'm like, dang, I ain't never been to Ravenna, like Ravenna. So and it was just this weird vibe, like Ravenna. So if you from here, you know, Ravenna, you like, whoa, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm driving, right? And so I pull up to this driveway, and it wasn't even like a driveway, it was like a dirt road. So I'm like, man, and I knew it was like, I was at the right spot because I seen the van. So I like get out, and I had a nice car at the time. I had this 92 Riviera. It was clean, had the sunroof, and it was pretty dope. So I get out, you know, walk up to the door, knock on the door. This white dude opened the door, yo, he huge, tall, bald head. I'm like, yo, I'm about to die out here on this dark back road house. It was crazy, right? So he's like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to pick up. I'm Mary Sue. So you know, the name, like I should have known better anyway. No business being right. So I'm like, so he was like, I'm Marcus. I'm here for Mary Sue. So he's like, all right, like come on in. So I go in, you know. And they had like this wooden floor. I mean, you know how like people spill stuff on the floor and it'd be like sticky. And you kind of like walk, it's kind of like floor kind of sticky or whatever. So, you know, I walk in, you know, sit down. And he's like, I'll let her know you here. So then, you know, he let her know I was here. He came back and sat down. So he did the whole daddy thing, you know, just sitting there talking to me. And like, you know, have her back at this time, blah, blah. So I knew she was on her way out because I could hear somebody coming because the floor was kind of sticky, right? And so she's like, hey, Marty, you know, already. So I stand up. I'm like, all right, you know, turn around. Yo, she in a wheelchair.
Because she was in the car when you met her.
So like, I'm standing there like, how in the hell did I miss this? You know, and I ain't go all the way to the car to even peek in to like even talk, you know, just exchange numbers, and that was that. So I'm like, yo, she in the wheel. So I'm thinking like, how the hell am I supposed to get her in the car? And I got a 2-door Riviera, right? So she like, I'ma drive. So I'm like, cool. So we get in the car. So we go to the movies or whatnot, hang out, and then, you know, grab something to eat. And then I'm like, yo, it's time to head back. You know, your dad was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, 12 o'clock. So she like, it'll be fine. I'm like, no, you know, little black dude, little white girl. We need to get back.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
In a wheelchair.
So I'm like, in a wheelchair. You feel me? So it's going to be, you know, APB out. So I'm like, so I let her convince me to go anyway. So we went and hung out, you know, went down this road, like railroad tracks, bunch of kids out, fucking like the bonfires going right. So I'm like, oh my God, like,
are you the only black kid?
Bruh, like it was a couple. I seen a couple, like, and I didn't know black people stayed in Ravenna. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a couple. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh my God. So we chilling or whatnot. You know, everybody doing it. You know, they drinking or whatever. So she like, she like, you want to mess around? And I'm like,
what?
I hope my mom and I'm like, listen, it's fine. So she like,
God.
She like, I'm like, how are we supposed to?
Right.
Like, you know, I'm like, do it even? I'm thinking, I'm like, do it even work? Like,
right,
how? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're in a wheelchair, right? So she like, come on, you know. God. So I'm like, nah. So then she like, you know, dude, it's okay. Huh? So I'm like, how we supposed to do this? She was like, you know, just it was like a little tree stump thing. She was like, just lean me back on the tree stump, right? So I lean her back, you know, so I go ahead and just lean her back on the thing, you know, whatever, you know, it happened or whatever, you know. So then we get in the car, we on our, you know, get in the van on our way back to the house, right? So her dad is like in the doorway when we get there. I'm like, oh,
Matt, did you lean her back?
I leaned her back.
She leaned, okay.
Move the little leg things out the way, like, listen. You know, the little leg thing out. So look, we get back to the house, the dad's standing there. I'm like, oh, this ain't about to go good. It's late. It's like 2. So I'm like, man. So you know, I get there. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, you know, being late, whatnot. You know, we're just kind of hanging out. And he was just like, it's cool. So she was like, you know, let me know when you make it home. And I'm like, all right. So you know how you dap somebody up, you know, you slap the hand like this. So he like, you know, shake my hand, and then my hand is like, I look down at my hand, it's a $50 bill in my hand, right? So I'm like,
the daddy gave you money.
Yo, the dad gave me a $50 bill. So I'm like, yo, hello? I'm like, what's this for? And he was like, hello? I just want to thank you for, you know, getting her back to the house because, you know, normally I gotta go get her off that tree stump. Yo, this your boy Mac.
He said normally
like, normally I gotta go get her off that tree stump. And I just want to thank you for bringing her home. You know what I mean? So it was crazy.
Oh my God, this is why I'm putting you on a comedy tour. Man, listen. That was a good way to end the show, man. First of all, let me make sure I say this to everybody. Number one, thank you for coming. Thank you for having you on the show, bringing your energy and sharing your story, like being an open book, because a lot of people don't want to tell where they've been. They just want to talk about where they're at now. So I appreciate you doing that. You are super, super inspiring to the world.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you for having me, for real. Washing up in bathrooms to where you are now, and just and also just for being a real man. I thank you for that. We need more people like you in the world, especially in our communities. And I just want to tell everybody, you know, all you entrepreneurs that are working hard and doing your thing, the key to success, y'all, is stay hungry. Stay hungry so you can move to the next level. Be passionate. You got to be resilient, dedicated, and have perseverance. Like, that is the key. And the only way you're going to be successful in life, and this is for everybody, this is for the young, the old, everybody in between, is that you have to have a vision. If you don't visualize your goal, it's going to be very hard for you to obtain it. You got to see it before it happens. You got to see yourself on this big stage. Just use an example as an artist. If you're a singer, you got to see yourself opening up arenas and performing with a sold out audience. You got to see your name in lights. You have to be able to visualize it before it happens. Believe in daydreaming. Daydreaming is great. You got to dream it, you got to believe in it, and then you got to work for it. And what you have to do every day is you got to say, what's my next move? Don't take things and think that you got to make everything happen today. Just say, what's my next move? And every time you make that next move, you complete that move, what's my next move? And then you keep moving until you get to where you're going. There's nothing that you cannot do, y'all. We are born in greatness. God is great. We are great. And we're born from greatness. So how you not going to be great? Every last one of y'all have a passion and a purpose. And I pray that you find your purpose and remember that, you know, you can't be stopped. But only thing that's going to hold you back is your mindset. You got to believe it. I believe that I'm gonna be so sexy this summer. I believe that. I believe that Mac Man is gonna be having me out here like. So this is my goal, and I'm gonna say this out loud. This is by my birthday in August. I want to be Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
Hey,
I want to
Miss
be
Parker.
running down the street. I am trying to be Miss Parker. That's all I'm doing.
Hey,
I want to
Miss
get it
Parker.
back. When I first moved in my development 15 years ago, I used to jog through the development. Ex used to be all jealous, like, yeah, we have a little tank top on. You should showing out, which I was not. I am getting back to my Miss Parker, and that's how we gonna end this tonight. Believe in yourself, know that God is good, pray, meditate, and take charge of your life, because it's the only way you gonna make it somewhere is that you create your own journey. Believe in yourself. I love y'all. Till next time with Real Talk with Reese, be great. And we are here with the Voice of the Revolution, No Static Radio. Definitely check out all the different shows on No Static Radio. There is something every single day, all day, on this radio station with so much knowledge, so much great music, and a lot of good information. And we're going to end with one history tip for the women. It is Women History Month. Women be great.
Great, great.
Hey y'all, hey, thank you Reese for asking me to do this, because you know it's our thing here at No Static Radio to do our history 365. So we talk about it all year long, y'all. And real quick, I just want to throw out some names to you guys. Hold on. Lost my page here for a minute.
That's all right.
I got it. Okay, so
But still on Instagram.
yeah.
That charge.
That photo shoot this morning.
Get you one of them little block things.
I don't know. Why would I not have that?
Right.
So the woman that I picked out in history, you know, because it's just the essence of who we are, especially all up in here at No Static Radio. I just want to introduce to some and reintroduce to others. Annie Turnbow Malone. Yeah, let me get it ready for y'all, Miss Malone. So,
all right, Annie Turnbow Malone.
Yeah, so she, here, let me get this off of here. She was born August 9th, 1879, and departed this earth May 10th, 1957, was an American businesswoman, inventor, and philanthropist. She is considered to be one of the first Afro-American women to become a millionaire.
Wow, shout out to Annie.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the first 3 decades of the 20th century, she founded and developed a large and prominent commercial and educational enterprise centered on cosmetics for us, Afro-American women. Yeah, so in her career by the beginning of the 1900s, Turnbow moved her, along with her siblings, to Lovejoy, also known as Brooklyn, Illinois. Yeah, while experimenting with hair, because she did dress design and some of everything. While experimenting with hair and different hair care products, she developed and manufactured her own non-damaging hair straighteners, special oils, and hair stimulant products for Afro-American women. She named her new product Wonderful Hair Grower. To promote her new product, Turnbow sold the Wonderful Hair Product Grower in bottles door to door. Her products and sales began to revolutionize hair care methods for Afro-American women. In 1902, Turnbow moved to the thriving St. Louis area, where she and 3 employees sold her hair care products door to door. As a part of marketing, she gave away free treatments to attract more customers. Due to the high demand of her product in St. Louis, Turnbow opened up her first shop in 1902 at 2223 Market Street. She also launched a new wide advertising campaign in the black press, held news conferences, toured many southern states, and recruited many women whom she trained to sell her products. So listen here, y'all. I say it all the time. Yeah,
that's some stuff that we don't learn in history. You know, they hide it in books, y'all.
Yes, and her philanthropy life and her personal life in 1902, she married Nelson Pope. In April of 1914, Annie and Aaron Eugene Malone, a former teacher and religious book salesman, they got married. And this is after she divorced Mr. Pope because he was beating on her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, it's a lot more to come with that. By the 1920s, Annie Turnbow Malone had become a multi-millionaire. In 1924, she paid income tax of nearly $40,000, reportedly the highest in Missouri. While extremely wealthy, Malone lived modestly, though, giving thousands of dollars to the local YMCA and to Howard University's College of Medicine in Washington.
Wow.
Yeah, she became a benefactor of the St. Louis Colored Orphans Home, where she served as president on the board of directors from 1919 to 1943. With her help in 1922, the home bought a facility on Goodwin Avenue, which was renamed Annie Malone Drive in her honor. So listen here, I say it all the time, y'all. GOOGLE, GOOGLE. And if you don't want to pick up a book or Google Black Inventors and learn our history, learning your history is knowing your now.
That's what's up. And listen, you know how motivating that is? She did all that without social media. She did all that with marketing. If she can do it, that inspired me. If she could become a millionaire back in the early 1900s, we could do it.
Absolutely.
And that's just stuff that they put in the books because they know we don't pick it up and read it.
Yeah, and look, I want to shout out a couple more. Sarah Boone, also known as Sarah Marshall. She was the inventor of the ironing board.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Marie Van Britton Brown, who was the creator and inventor of the home security system.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sister, the Queen of New York.
Wasn't the black lady who made the whisk?
Yeah. Lydia Newman, because she did that and something else
and there was
too.
something else with like a waffle, something to do the cakes. There's another lady that made something with the cakes.
What's up, y'all? Reach out.
Yes. Google, y'all. Google Black Inventors. Yes.
Black Inventors, man.
Yes.
I challenge everybody this month and going forward, but look up and Google a Black History fact every day and see where you come from. It will be inspiring to know that this world was built on our backs.
Yes, absolutely.
In real life.
It shouldn't be called Black History. It should be called American History.
Yeah, it is American history. Forget what they say.
Forget what they're talking
about.
It's not It's not Black history. It's American history. You know, everything. You know that they, striving and getting, came from us. The doorknob,
everything, the street lights,
all of that, the refrigerator, the bed, forks and knives,
even with the car,
lotions and soaps.
People think, the thing with the car, they like, oh, Ford. Like, no, Ford was the father of manufacturing.
Yes.
But it was a black man who actually
absolutely. Just like the roller coaster. Shout out to Granville T. Woods. But Lydia Newman, so yeah, she did that and the hairbrush.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Jan Metzler did the shoelancing machine. It is just so much more.
We go on and on and on and
on. And Mary Kenner, so she created the tampon, the maxi pad, right?
Facts.
1803 took 30 years for them to patent it because she was a black woman.
That's crazy.
So they was walking around. They walked around leaping and spanking.
She was trying to help.
Exactly.
You know one thing about black people, we like to be clean.
I mean,
all of that.
It go back even further. We was the first ones to teach them how to wash up.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that.
Show them how to, take baths.
Absolutely.
That's another thing I love about you. You definitely know a lot about your heritage.
So,
simple.
I appreciate it.
And it's just good to know.
It is.
That's why I get so
infuriated. It's inspiring.
Yes, that's why I get so infuriated when I see wrong being done by us. It's like no appreciation for our contributions to this earth, period, this world.
Because they don't know, though. They don't.
And they don't want to, unfortunately.
That's why I wanted my daughter to come, when she has to come. So she can see, like, look, we got Black Queen over there,
This is the owner, operator of the whole radio station. Shout out to Marie for Women's History Month as the owner and operator of a radio station. That is super awesome. That's a Black history fact right there. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. Let Jeff get on here. I'll see y'all next week with Real Talk with Reese. Y'all, my whole lineup this month is crazy. It's going to be fun. Tune in. www.nostaticradio.net. And also check Facebook, check the pages, Instagram, Facebook, everything, and see all the great things we're doing here. Peace and love. It's nap time. Great show.
Yes.
Once again, I appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for coming back. I gotta take a picture with the ladies. Yes.
Come on, Miss Marie.
Give me one quick sec. We just want to remind everybody that if you or a family member or a friend have been affected by violence, know that it can affect all parts of your life, sometimes in ways you can't see. It can affect the way you eat, sleep, cause you to lose focus, for anger, or afraid. But look, the Trauma Recovery Center is here to help. 216-644-5487. The Trauma Recovery Center of Northeast Ohio, also affiliated with the Family for Center for Women and Children. They offer real help for real needs in real time. They offer services for food, clothes, safety, emotional support, and a whole lot more. So do not let violence control you. You can break free, and TRC can help. The number's on the screen, and if you're listening, 216-644-5487. The Trauma Recovery Center of Northeast Ohio, also affiliated with the Center, again, for Families and Children. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to Real Talk with Reese, with your host, Reese, here on the station where we don't bring no static, but we sure enough bring the noise on staticradio.net. Make sure you guys check us out on social media, where we absolutely love to hear from you on Facebook.com/No Static Radio LLC, on Twitter at No Static _radio, on Instagram at @TheReal_No Static Radio, and on YouTube at No Static Radio. Also, if you guys would like to listen to replays of this show and others, check us out on Mixler, Mixcloud.com. Just type in No Static Radio on the toolbar for replays of this show and others. And for continuous streaming, make sure you check us out on TuneIn.com, LiveOnlineRadio.net, or MediaQ for continuous streaming of this show and all others on the platform. That means no refreshing the page, and sit back, relax, a little buffer, and a commercial too, and bam, you got us. And also for all things on Static Radio, including up-and-coming events, merchandise, and an in-depth look at all our great show hosts here, please check out our website at www.nostaticradio.net. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you know what it is? We got the maestro, Jeff Doggett, in the right side, coming up next on Your Voice of the Revolution. NoStaticRadio.net, powered by Google, partner with Colors, and sponsored by Lamont Avenue Wines and Cleveland Rugby League, and designed me exclusively, also known as Hot Girls Gear. You guys be safe, stay tuned, we'll be right back.